Well, good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I just thought I'd bring you into the grow room. I've been busier, as I am always, with the orchids, and a few little tweaks now and again. This is the one that's mounted, and this is the second inflorescence. And I don't know whether that'll last long now, because I've actually got it over the humidifier, which is, as you can see, on. And the humidity is 62%, and I've got two, if you like, indicators here. That one's showing exactly the same as the other one. The other one is showing 21.4, this one's showing 21.1, and I've got the window open. Now I've had the window open a couple of days, and I've had one of these 24-hour colds. I nearly went through a box of tissue to tell you my nose was that darn sore. Anyway, never mind. At least we haven't got the dreaded coronavirus, and my heart goes out to those people, especially Laura, who lives in Venice in Italy. And of course a lot of these places have got shut down, so we would, at least at the moment, we're free from it, thank goodness, but we've got the floods. And this one you're seeing now, this is my Camaridium praestans, now reclassified as Maxillaria, and this is a low light one, and it likes it cold, so I bobbed it here. I've put the little oscillating fan, well, this one doesn't oscillate, up here in this corner. That's the Dendrobium tetragonum. That doesn't like sunlight at all. If we get any sunlight on that, the leaves, it affects the leaves. This one here, that's the little Ladder Jessie. And believe it or not, everything in this room yesterday was watered, and these mounts are ready to be watered again. That's on that moss, and it's got a, I don't know whether you'll see it from this angle, but it's got a new little growth. Couldn't believe it. That is the that one. Now the trouble of course is I put them on here and the labels are behind them, and it's in Coriana, times allowing. That was the one that Roger gave me. It's not dead. That's Dendrobium chrysum. It's not dead. I keep watering it every day, but it's not showing any signs yet. Maybe it's a winter rester. That's the little Lamelatum. It's got a little cakey there. That's one of the Tolumnias, Yarak Flyer Red Corona. That's got to give me signs yet. That's the nice little Cattleya cernua. And I've got a couple of things. I've moved this Hoya in this corner. This is the Hoya pubicalix Black Dragon. That's a little nobly type with a new growth there, just on this piece of cork mount. Hang that there, and that's my named Cattleya, the one that gives me a growth now and again. I really must learn to look after my orchids. I tell you, 5 years I've been doing it now. 5 years! And I just think to myself, have I learned anything in 5 years? And I must have learned something, because, you know, I've not got as many dying now. I seem to chop and change with them, and then I realise, oh no, God, I shouldn't have done it that way. I should have left them where they were, or this, that and the other. And so I changed my mind, and back they go the other way. But that's just, you know, orchid growing. I mean, you'll get one person growing it one way, and they've got fantastic results. I mean, the same with semi-hydro. I mean, Annabelle grows a lot of hers by semi-hydro, and maybe it was the wrong time that I tried to transition them, and some have transitioned back. The Phragmipediums, I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. They just love it. Now this one here, I think we've got two of this one. This is Cattleya labiata var cerulean. And that's nice. I've put that on that mount. This one's still developing. And there's the other Tolumnias in with live sphagnum moss, and they're loving it. Absolutely loving it. And that's the other Vanda Peaches. That's the one, I think, that I got crown rot at some point. I mean, I don't know whether that'll ever grow again. I'm hoping it will. Got a dead leaf there, I may as well take that off. That's it, sits in that basket there. And this is the frags, doing very nicely. I pull the dead leaves off now and again, and we go under here. The frags are all doing fine. And what I do now is I have those tubs, and place 3 or 4 in a tub, and I just run the water through them. And here we go. This is this area now, and these are some of the dendrobiums, and they're a bit iffy. That's all I can say. And that one, the Formosum, dropped every leaf. But I've got that in a lot tighter pot, and it's jam-packed with tight sphagnum moss. And I'll just have to see how we go on with that. And that's another thing I've deduced, that's a big word, isn't it, is you shouldn't overpot them. But there are exceptions to the rule. Well, my rule anyway, Maggie's rule. And there you see, that's one of these Phalaenopsis, and you'll see there, can you see, starting to give me roots. And look at that. Some of them are a little bit slow in responding, and you'd think that these hadn't been watered for days and days and days, but they were all watered yesterday and given a good water as well. There's that little one there, and see, that's the one, that's the hybrid one from Curline Orchidine, and I've got 2 active roots and one there that's not quite active yet. The other active root underneath. I'm going to lose that leaf, but that doesn't matter. And that's Phalaenopsis limelight. So, and that's one I didn't know whether to dump it. I'm still not sure whether to dump it yet or not. And that's the Kingianum down there, and that's the Fred Clarkari After Dark. And we come to this area, and this is the big Vanda, Cultana Gold by Dr. Anek. And I've had to pull this away from the window again because it's that hot. So I'm going to, while I'm down here, just move my little step, and then I've had the curtain across, and then it went as black as anything, and we had a little bit of sleet, and now we've got brilliant sunshine again. So this cloth, there we are, this scarf, I tell you, it's on the window, it's off the window. And you see, that's a nice little growing leaf there. That's on the Vanda curvifolia. These are some of the frags, doing very nicely. And that's the other one, which is, of course, that's Peaches, which is Falcata by curvifolia. And over there, there's a little Phalaenopsis Parisiae up in that corner, and that's the Dendrobium J. Hogue Candy. That's one of those dark-haired ones. I'm a bit like Roger, I don't seem to be very successful with them. But never mind. Right, let's take you up here. I'll take you up to the top one first. And that's Little Zorro. And Little Zorro's got nice green growing tips which are emerging from underneath that, what do I call it? Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Wiki. And that seems to have died off. That's Dendrobium natuifolium. Got a bit of green there, otherwise it'll have to go in the bin. That's the one that that's the hybrid, the one that had crown rot, and that's wild peach. And this is the Dendrobium plicatile, cinnamon plicingiera, and that's the Forbesii up in that corner. That apparently that doesn't like too much sunlight. And that's the Sardin Denphinia. And this is the, of course, the Hoya tricolour. I've turned it round from that other window to this window to see if I can get that area there, which is dark green, to turn this nice vivid pink we've got here. And then the top shelf, good old faithful Scaphoglottis. Got little tips in them all, I don't know what that means. This has been on every shelf. It doesn't mind where you put it, as long as you give it a good watering every day. Absolutely, it loves it. And this is the Walkeriana. Again, this is doing very nicely. I'm hoping to see some kind of new growth soon. And this is my this is the Dendrobium Dawn Marie by Run Camel. Again, you notice I've gone right down with the size of the pot. And that one there at the back, that's Dendrobium falco-rostrum. And that's all I've got left. And why I've only got that much left? Because I put it into one of these bigger pots and the roots were too wet. Now you see that little pot there, this one, the one that's got holes in, and this is the one that I put all these Phalaenopsis in, didn't I? Well, here we go. Here we go. And I sat and painstakingly chipped away at all these black pots. Keith laughed at me. So he said, you buy all these pots, he says, and then you cut them all up. I says, correct. Now we had a bud blast here, but I'm not too worried because these other roots seem to be fine. And the reason I put them in these pots, that one over there, which is the Phalaenopsis hieroglyphica, the roots have gone quite a long way down. So I know that all these orchids here eventually will extend their roots down. And whilst they were in those little tight pots, I noticed with two of them, I think it was Howardian Princess and it was might have been Geigen Cherry. The roots were trying to squeeze through those tiny little holes. Well, that's no good. And so I thought, well, while I'm changing them two over, I'll change the lot over. So they're all the same now, every one. That's Cornucervi, Chateladay, with its roots sticking out. This one here is the Phalaenopsis tetraspis, my original one. And I've got this wicking all the way down here. But it's the aeration. It's the aeration that it needs more than anything. Yang Geigen Cherry. See? See where I damaged the root when it fell, the leaf when it fell. and that's a nice big Howard Princess. So it can send the roots down. When I water them, there's the other one, indigo blue at the back, and that's Bellina times Violacea. And we turn around here, that one there is Amboyensis, and that's got a lovely, nice big green growing tip. So I just thought to myself, right, oops, with these big holes some of the media does fall through, and I thought to myself, well, this is the shelf now, these are all the Phalaenopsis, they're all potted in the same inorganic media, except for the Hieroglyphica. They've all got this portion here just with wicking material, only because I don't want them to be over potted. And we'll see how they go on. They get the sun here, and I think they will do fine now. I'm quite happy. Certain things, once I get it right, she says, oh God, once I get it right, then I leave things well alone. Like this one, you see? This one here, I don't know whether you'll see. Let's just bring it down. See if I can bring it down. There we go. So this is L.C. Bermondsey Palm. See those new roots? So it produced the leaf. This one, it produced this growth, and then only now is it producing the roots. And there's very little medium in there, but it seems to like it, so I've left well alone. It goes in there likewise. With the lovely, see if I can just show you these, because I mean they've been blooming now a fortnight and they've got a lovely scent, and I'm holding on to this so I don't drop it. There we go. And this is the Sedera japonica. See? Absolutely loves it. This was watered and fertilised yesterday. So, put it back up here. And this is the Laelia rubescens. There. And I don't know what that is. Can you see? I don't know whether that's a flower coming, whether it flowers from the apex there, whether that's a new growth, I've no idea. I've no idea. This one here is the Laelia autumnalis. It's got a new growth. You probably won't see with the light. I do apologise about that. So we just take you around this area now. Oh, before I forget while I'm down here, I wanted to show Insa my Fias Tankenvillia. Now these leaves are very fine. It doesn't like any sun. If you put it near any sun, that's why I've put it under here now. It doesn't like the sun at all. We've got a new leaf coming there, and this one has been watered, but you've got to be careful you don't overwater these in the winter. Hardly any water, so when I go away for my big holiday, I won't have to worry. I shall just water and leave them. That's one less to worry about. And then I'll show you this one. This is the Angraecums, the Squipidale. That new leaf there. But what I did notice with this, on this growing cane, well it's not a cane is it, this area here, I have a feeling that it's capable of sending a root out from there. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Now this is in semi-hydro and this one quite likes it. And in fact, if you'll see there, we have a growing tip. So, and that stays under there. So that one's fine. There's my Pleurothallus up in the corner, thinking of Jeff, of 53 degrees north. And that's a Phalaenopsis, you see, in semi-hydro. Look at that nice root. And these are some of the Dendrobiums. That's the Gomza. That's in semi-hydro. And that's the Stellus. And these are two of the Masdevallias. And I've put two in the bigger pots like this. I'll show you this one. Only because it's a nice one. There we go. And these have come back into active growth now. Yeah, you know I'm struggling with the others, don't you? But look. So there's lots of aeration with these pots. See? Nice root there. And I'm hoping that they'll settle now they've been repotted. And again, you see, you've got to be careful with Masdevallias because these don't like the sunlight neither. So put that one back there and we've got the other one there. But fortunately for me, this shelf here, because it's at the, under the windowsill, it doesn't get the direct sunlight. So if I step up here now and show you up here, that's the Dendrobium chrysotoxin. And there's my big Orchids falcata, and I've brought that over here. Oh look, that's how wide the window stays open at the moment. And this area that I'm showing you now, of course, is where the big Vanda hangs. So that's the Orchids. This is the one that flowered for me last year. So I brought this back over to this area. It's got a nice green growing tip. And over here, that's the Renaissance. What's that one called? I just can't think what that one's called. I have to be careful because of knocking these other little things off. There we are. Alicera Samurai Renaissance Grandeur Fragrant. And that's the this one here. Those are all roots. It looks like a ghost orchid, doesn't it? Except for these two leaves. This one here is the Dendrobium pendulum. That's an OID Phalaenopsis. And that one with the growth there is the Labata. Laelia Labata. And that's the Docrelia. And this one here, I can show you whether it'll let me take you in. Let me show you, see there? That's the Dendrobium Gatton Sunray. And I've got a new growth coming on that one. And of course, these have all been fed and watered yesterday. This is my Syncoriana Yucasuku story. And what I did with that one, I've put it into this open basket, and I found there was two in it. Likewise, I'll take you to this top shelf in a minute. So that's the Vanda curvifolia. I brought my Orchids, not Orchids, Rinco Stylis. Just remember what we've done with my label. And I've brought that, elevated that up because I want that root to start growing for me. I've put that here. This one here, this just loves semi-hydro. This is my Procatavolia Jarak Green Star. And look at that new growth there. Can you see? That just absolutely loves. That's the one that's on charcoal. And you see these two where there's no roots, that's where when I had it in the other pot, I happened to catch it and broke both of them. And that's the Tianmu. I'm hopeful now. And this is the big Laelia purpurata. And this one here is the Catasetum pileatum yellow giant. Oh, this is one that this is the Rinco Rin Catlianthe. Fushu Happy Holiday. See that little one? Well, I decided to put these down into a smaller pot, and there was two. So I've got one in that pot and one in that one. And this is the lovely Syncoriana. And I've put my label on, Yukasuku Story. So I've got two. And there's that nice big root here. Look at that. And we've got the other root down there. And you see, it's loving it. That's the pink diamond, and that's the other Coltana Gold, Robert's Delight, but I'm yet to see, except for that green growing tip there. I've not seen any yet, any green growing tips there. So if I quickly take you over here, and that's the big Cattleya Dusky Maid by Bruce Randall. Over there is the Cattleya Pamela Hetherington. There's that nice little no ID Phalaenopsis. That's the other part of the Gomza. That's that no ID Phalaenopsis I've put on a piece of wood. And that's a Dendrobium Chrysotoxum. So we'll quickly go over here now, and then, oh, that's the, let's have a look, as if I should forget that one. Where's my label gone? This is the Bifrenara Sweet Lime. And let's put it back up here. Will it go? Come on. And it's got that new growth there. And this is the Epicattleya. Anyway, just give you a quick look. That's the Coelogene Burfediense, Cattleya, Cattleya. That's a Dendrobium. I'm running short of time from me to you.